As we have discussed, it is now perfectly legal for retirement advisors to give advice that boosts their own incomes by selling lousy products to their clients. And according to the best available data that are not paid for by the industry, this bad advice costs Americans about $17 billion a year. The Department of Labor has proposed a rule that would put a stop to this retirement savings drain and require all investment advisors to put their customers first. Level playing field. Mr. Schneider, you're the CEO of Primerica, a large investment advisory firm, and you've testified today that the Department of Labor's rule is, and I think these are your words, complex and burdensome. And you've said that one thing that's, quote, critical to your success is that Primerica always operates in its client's best interest. So I was interested to read a news report this morning that outlines lawsuits brought against your advisors in Florida. According to the article, at least 238 firefighters, teachers, and other career public workers who were near retirement age accused your company of providing bad advice that drained their retirement savings. And you did it by advising them to move their retirement savings out of a guaranteed government pension into riskier private investments. Now, Primerica was poised to make a lot of money, but only if you could convince Florida firefighters who were near retirement age to cash out their guaranteed pensions. So, Mr. Schneider, I just want to understand your company's advice in these cases. Do you believe that people like these firefighters from Florida who are near retirement and have secure pensions with guaranteed monthly payments should move their money into riskier assets with no guarantees just before they retire?
First of all, Senator Warren, I appreciate the promotion. I'm actually the president of the company, not the CEO.
Oh, okay.
And I'm familiar with the matter of which you speak, and it doesn't have any application, actually, to the rule before the committee, because in that particular case, none of those individuals were clients of Primerica.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They paid us no compensation. But let me go
wait, no. Let's just stop right there, Mr. Schneider. The article didn't say the workers were your retirement clients. It says you gave them bad advice. And here exactly is the quote. Once these workers retired and moved out of their government plans, Primerica agents stood to profit from managing their retirement assets. Had they stayed in the pension programs, retirees would have simply collected their monthly payments, leaving nothing for Primerica to manage and no commissions for Primerica agents to harvest. Now, my question is not how you were paid. My question is whether you think it is sound investment advice to encourage public employees to move their money out of their pensions and into riskier assets with no guarantees just before they retire.
So, Senator, in that particular matter, first of all, regulators looked at that. They found the firm had acted properly, and the cases
I'm going
were
to stop you
dismissed
right
by
there.
the courts.
The question about the regulators is the question about, is it legal to do that? And that's exactly the problem we've got. It is legal to do that, and I think that's what the regulators say. It's legal. My question, once again, is about the advice that Primerica agents gave. Is it a good idea for firefighters on the front edge of retirement to move out of a guaranteed benefit plan that was going to cover them for all their lives and move into a risky investment that would make a lot of fees for your agents?
You know, each situation is really very different. If you are in a defined benefit plan and you're sick, what happens is, in the state of Florida, for example, were you to retire and then die 2 or 3 weeks later, you had no ability to leave your money to your loved ones.
I'm sorry,
and
are
so
you
it's very
suggesting
specific.
that these 238 people were weeks away from dying, and that's why they all got this advice?
Well, Senator, the courts dismiss those cases, and frankly, this illustrates one of the problems.
Legal activity. I think we've established that, Mr. Schneider, that no one broke the law. The question is whether the law should be changed.
Well, it illustrates one of the issues, though, with the rule, because we're here to talk about the rule. And the one problem with the rule is, as everyone in the financial services industry knows, especially after the financial crisis, you can be sued, sometimes appropriately, but also sometimes frivolously. And under the best interest contract exemption, you've entered into a contract with the client, and they can sue you, and you can lose the benefit of the exemption. So you know it's not just a contract.
I understand, Mr. Schneider, that you don't want to be sued. I totally get that. But the question I keep trying to ask is whether it's generally a good idea for workers like firefighters and teachers on the eve of their retirement to move their money from guaranteed defined benefit plans into riskier investments. So let me ask you that question, Mr. Puritz. You're the managing director of Rebalance IRA. You have a large investment management firm. Would you advise 50-year-old, 60-year-old clients to cash out of a defined benefit pension plan and move money into an IRA managed by your company?
As a general rule, the answer is no.
Okay, so you'd say no. Why not?
In a traditional pension, a defined benefit plan, there's safety and predictability. My answer would be different if it was a defined contribution plan.
Okay, but that's not what we have here. We have a defined benefit plan that guarantees that these people are going to be covered for their entire lives. Is that right? So there's a lot of research around this, I understand. Are there circumstances in which it is a good idea for someone right on the threshold of retirement to move from a defined benefit plan that will protect them from the rest of their lives to a much riskier plan?
There are circumstances, but they're very rare.
Okay.
So.
So you would describe them as very rare. Well, I'm going to say I took a look at the research on this and wanted to get some more experts' opinion on this. And it seems to me the research is pretty clear. Alicia Manel, the director of the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College, has said, and I'll quote her, "Only those with serious illnesses who believe they do not have much time left should even consider cashing out a defined benefit pension. And even that isn't obvious because, as she puts it, even sick people may live longer than they think." So, Mr. Puritz, let me ask you one more question. Do you think it is, and I want to use the correct quote here, complex and burdensome to offer advice that is in the best interests of the client, as Primerica claims? I didn't think so. So, frankly, the suggestion that it's too expensive to provide people with sound financial advice is ridiculous. Millions of financial advisors do it every day. Hardworking Americans like the Florida firefighters and teachers who devoted their careers to protecting the public and who were targeted by Primerica shouldn't have to worry about whether their financial advisors are planning to get rich by playing roulette with their customers' retirement savings. Hardworking advisors like Mr. Puritz shouldn't have to compete with these schemes. I am glad the Department of Labor is working to fix this problem. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.